made of sugar.
Stop, well, not like a sweeps. Now that one is in the air. Good piece of work down there, brilliant piece of work on the boundary by Dan Douthwaite. Stop, well, not like a certain four. And again, 7 from the over, I think. So no boundaries, they seem a bit more in control.
Yeah.
They're getting a measure of control
So
back.
that worm is showing that they're at the same
point at the halfway stage.
Really? Is this where we lost all our wickets?
I think we were in the middle of Morgan were in the middle of a tumble of wickets at this stage. That's the collective noun for a clatter. Whatever it wasn't really a clatter, they were mainly catches. A lot of balls caught in the deep, Trinity Morgan's innings. Only Marnus Labuschagne was bowled, I think everyone else was caught. So, Dan Douthwaite back to pace. Douthwaite is a bang it in sort of bowler.
He certainly is into the wicket. It's Dan, yeah.
That is short. Stepped away, made some room and cut it. I suppose if that's what you're trying to do, make them hit the ball square. That ball did exactly that.
That's his job, yeah.
Gone along nicely, these two. Both into their 20s. Not something that any Glamorgan batsman managed. You just get the impression they are just taking things a little bit steadier than Glamorgan did. In one sense, it's easier for them because they know exactly what they've got to do.
Yeah.
Quicker delivery, flicks into the leg side. Again, think about 2, but happy to settle for 1. No point in taking too much risk at this stage. Things going so nicely. It's 37 off 29 needed, which you would think would be very comfortable.
It would certainly be snatch and defeat up with the jaws of victory here, were they to blow up from here, yeah, with 10 wickets in. 10 wickets in hand.
Some teams here might just try and go for it to get their net run rate a bit better. We'll see what happens. And in the World Cup, teams looking to win well when they need to get their run rate, net run rate improved. I suppose that could be a factor with a lot of teams clustered in around that sort of could potentially be what the 11-13 point mark at the end of the competition. Net run rate might be a deciding factor, so I'll be interested to see how Middlesex approach this. Happy to take a single.
Yeah, again, that's the beauty of knowing what you've. The difficulty about bowling, you're chasing wickets, and that's what's the beauty of knowing what total you're going to get. You know, when you bat first, that ball, do you play that ball there, or are you still looking to go big with it, which would be a wicket producing delivery? But when you've got to chase 88, you know, you can afford to just nudge it down, take the single, and face the next ball.
Well, the win feels like the most important thing, certainly. Ooh, so top edge. Will that carry? Didn't carry. It's Tim van der Gooten running in. Will Smell was also advancing on the ball, and in the end it landed about 5 yards away from both of them. It was in the air for a long time. Couldn't quite get there. Where's Marnus when you need him? Another short ball. So tidy over, just the 4 singles from it.
I think the batter's too happy there about height. Should have been.
Douthwaite will be happy with that. Just going for 4 singles.
Yeah, it's a good over that.
But still, you have to say, with 4 overs to go, you'd definitely rather be Middlesex at this stage. Still the full suite of batsmen left in the pavilion, ready to come out. As Mason Crane is going to continue. Up for 7 from his first over. Again, just making sure he's got his fielders in the right place. Just adjusting the position of the fielders on the leg side boundary. A big appeal for RBW, and he's gone. Crane strikes, and Deploy's gone. The first breakthrough for Glamorgan, and that gives them some hope. Deploy tried to reverse sweep, missed it, and at last Glamorgan have a breakthrough. 55 for 1.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that one. So it's missing leg and off, but it's sitting middle halfway up, so that's a pretty straightforward decision for the umpire. That. Dare I say it?
Yep, I think no one would argue with you, Andrew.
Yeah, dare I say it? Have we? I'm praying. Have we got a sniff?
The run rate, you would think no problem. I suppose that is the. But wickets do change things.
Triple wicket
to start running through the team. It can sometimes happen. I still think we're probably a little while off from that. With only 1 down and 4 overs left.
Yeah.
You've got to bat pretty badly to lose all your wickets in 4 overs. But still, a bit of pressure, and with the ball, the pace taken off, the onus is on the batters to hit it rather than just deflect it or use the pace. Comes down, drives straight. Good piece of fielding by Tom Bevan, keeps them to 1. He swaps places with Marnus Labuschagne down here in front of us, in front of the media centre. Bevan and Labuschagne expecting quite a few balls to come this way. They put Labuschagne in the place where they think probably most of the catches are going to go, the safest pair of hands. It's the googly. Just one more. Anderson swings it into the leg side. I think it's only going to be 1 as Dan Dalthwaite quickly ran, rifles in the return. So the new batter's Jack Davis, the wicket-keeper batsman.
There's another one that got 50 last night.
Yeah, at Cheltenham in the good win they had over Gloucestershire. It's going to give them a little bit of hope they might be able to sneak into the quarter-finals. They were bottom of the table, but now they're up to 8th. If they win tonight, you could climb a little bit further. Win the same points as Glamorgan if they do win. This is high. Is Labuschagne in the game? No, it's over his head, and that's 6. That's exactly what we've been saying about the short boundaries. You can get the ball up in the air. He didn't hit the ball that hard, and that one's gone all the way. So it's the first shot in anger really played against Mason Crane.
Yeah, that's a good shot. It's released a bit of pressure there. Shot.
So how can he respond? Flatter ball. Cut away.
It's 10 off. Yeah, that was a good shot for 6.
So 10 off the over. The 6 is the thing that made the difference there. It was a pretty tidy over apart from that. And with 3 overs to go, 25 runs needed. But correction, 24 off 18. 24 runs needed. Here, so that's not a rate that will concern most sides. We've got plenty of wickets in hand, so it's all for Glamorgan to do here. They're going to need a miracle spell, a miracle over from someone. Kieran Parsons throwing the ball to Dan Douthwaite, who only went for 4 from his first over. Of course, only 2 overs per bowler in this shortened format. Flick round the corner. All England does the fielding, so it's just 1.
Just stick in there. Just try and stick in and take it down to the last over. I don't think Middlesex will want to leave it till the last over. Then anything can happen. It doesn't matter how many wickets you get left in the Hutch then. Yeah, so they'll want to try and get this done.
So what do you think? Bit of pace off, bit of variety. Well, bang a couple in.
Yeah. That's what Dan will do. He'll go into the middle of the wicket and then use a slow ball as well. I mean, it's mid on and mid off up. Be surprised if he's going to be pitching anything up. And as I say it, he's got mid on and mid off up. He's got men. Deep
well, that was double bluff. But yeah, that was ball right in the slot to hit down the ground and
far too down leg side, and then the second ball got spot on, pitching outside off and then clipping the top and middle, breaking the bail.
13.2 is the required run rate as things stand. 47 for 3. Now Mousley on to 27, Moeen's on to 5 off 9.
If the momentum of the game is anything to go off, I think going into last over needing 15-20 is not a problem. With the way the pitch is playing and the way how we got that dimension of the boundary as well, I think the Bears still back themselves here to chase this total down.
Jake Nibby is on as the substitute fielder, who just picked up that one from Dan Mousley, who fielded it well.
Been loads of cutters here from Ethan, loads of slow ball variations, leg cutters, off cutters, back of the hand.
So on to Moeen Ali, who drills it down the ground.
Fielder runs around, picks it up, 1 run.
I mean, you can't argue with the tactics. I think that was the message that Tommy Taylor was passing on to Ethan Brooks, saying lots of cutters.
Interesting, right? Because it's a similar thing that the Bears done with the spinners in the middle, but probably a bit different, trying to line up a seamer, hitting him for 6 and 4, compared to knowing that the spinner's definitely going to bowl it slowly.
Now Mousley comes down the wicket in the air, but it's going to...
Hasn't got enough of it, dropped short of long on, 1 run only.
Couple of bounces into Tom Taylor.
Bears are going to have some heavy ammunition here.
Well, they put the 50 up, 1 ball remaining in the 7th over, 50 for 3. Remember, if you just joined us, Alex Davis was out for 0, Robbie Yates was out for 0. Sam Hain went for 14 off 8 balls, just as he looked like he was starting to motor. Moeen Ali on strike, cuts
Great
that away.
shot over point.
It's only going to be
held
2.
up in the outfield, yeah. 2 runs.
It's fielded by Rob Jones, completes the 7th over, 52 for 3.
They on.
It looks like we're going to see Hayden Walsh again at the pavilion end. Cracking atmosphere in here tonight.
Yeah,
isn't there?
it's really electric now. The lights from the eaves are nice and bright. The shadows are fully extended. There's a great atmosphere here. Now the hollies are in full effect.
Down the leg side, there's absolutely no chance that's going to be LBW, but it does prevent the run. Certainly bowling it quick, isn't it?
Yeah, short and into, then they're evidently trying to get him to hit it to the big leg.
7 off the first 4 balls. These two have actually added 41 for this wicket now, of which Moeen's contributed 8 so far. He's, but I like this. I think the more time, I'm sure I read a stat somewhere about the amount of time Mo spends in.
Either side, and that could have been 4.
Takes a lot of effort, doesn't it, sometimes?
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. 61 for 3 then, 8 overs gone. A reminder as well, and we're going to see the man of the moment with the bat, Matthew Waite, coming back into the attack. Has he done much with the ball this year? He's having a decent season, Aaron?
Well, he hasn't really played much cricket, to be honest, but he did have that career best of 5 for 21 yesterday.
That was, yes, we talked about that earlier, didn't we? It was a terrific bit of bowling yesterday.
It was at the death as well, which is exactly what you want, isn't it? Wickets at the death. Ricardo, you mention it all the time on comms, don't you? You want to take wickets, get that dot ball pressure. He has done that very well, and of course he's taken the early wicket today, so good day, isn't it, for Matthew Waite?
Not bad. 62 for 3. Moeen's on strike on 9. The dark clouds looming around the Birmingham night sky, and Mo's just carefully turned that round the corner. It's a lovely shot for 4, so graceful, just waited for it. And it's one of those shots that you just kind of feel is synonymous with Moeen Ali.
Yes, elegant. He's showed his class there, waited on it really well, and then just helped it over short 5 for 4. I think Worcester looking to do the same thing here, similar to what the Bears done. Change the bowlers up at one end, not allowing the batters to settle at all. But first 2 balls they've gone for 5. Bowlers under a bit of pressure here.
1-2-2 off 52 balls. Sounds like a tall order, but we have faith. This time he's hit that one hard and high and over the fielder at Gully. It's going to run away towards the boundary rope. Not going to get there because they'll gather together and do a bit of relay fielding. Safely back for 2 though.
3.
Oh, 3 should I say?
3 ran there.
Yeah, well, you don't see many.
Running brilliantly well there.
Many threes in T20.
Not at all. Dan's really showing the energy and the intensity there.
He looked quite tired as he got back for the 3rd, I won't lie. 69 for 3.
I'm pretty sure he's chomping at the bit here. Loves the big stage. Dan
He's a showman, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
loves it.
I love that about him.
Yeah.
He is an absolute showman, as we said earlier. When I saw him downstairs, he said, "I'll be up there tonight. Don't you worry." And he's trying to keep his promise to me here, I think. Cut away, toe end of the bat. Just going to be 1. No, they're coming back for 2.
Him on.
He has taken him on. He has,
looking
indeed. And the pressure on the thrower there, because the throw wasn't the best.
Yeah,
was
it's not probably with the rain that's fallen. It's not the easiest of outfields tonight. Being a bit greasy, the ball coming to you could snake a little bit, and when it's snaking, you're not quite sure: do I attack it? Do I sit off a little bit? So yeah, that can happen.
And no risk cricket has brought them 10 off the first 4 balls, and I think that's the key to this, isn't it? Really, 2 balls to come in the over. Just going to be 1 more to the total. And again, if they're ticking around the 12 and over, it's not going to be far off, bringing you towards the end of the run chase. So
I can tell you this right now: the happier the camp would be the Bears, knowing that if we go into the last over needing 17 to win, they're backing themselves to chase that down with the short boundary.
What we witnessed earlier, yeah,
definitely. Especially if we're only 5 down.
Taylor in again. Oh, and he's bowled him. Mo's gone, off stump departs. He's out for 16, and the Bears lose a 4th wicket. And how much damage has that done to their hopes of chasing down this big Worcestershire total? Mo's on his way, bowled by Waite for 16, and boy, Matthew Waite is having some night.
Option there from Mo, looking to help that over to the short leg side boundary. Just probably played across it a little bit too much and ends up losing his off stump. Bold braving, brave.
And it's Marnus Labuschagne.
Brave bowling that
his
from
legs
Matthew Waite, bowling it straight, considering that short leg side boundary. You can clearly see what Moeen was trying to do there.
Yep, straight and full, wasn't it? And it brings Chris Benjamin to the crease, so they're keeping Jacob Bethel back. Probably quite sensible given what might be required at the end of this innings.
I think that's also with the left-hand, right-hand combination as well, Adam. You know, with the short boundary on either side, 1 for the left-hander, 1 for the right-hander as well. And on top of that, as you said as well, we know what he can do towards the back end of a chase.
Well, we all want Benjamin to come up with a good knock. Last time we were here, Aaron, he did play the supporting role to Jacob Bethel incredibly well, didn't he?
He did, but it's been a tough season, to be honest, for Chris Benjamin. 56 runs, averaging 9.33. I mean, if there is a night to have a big knock, it's this night, isn't it? Your team are in a bit of trouble. Derby day, under the lights. I really hope that Chris Benjamin does get a score here.
116 required off of 48 more deliveries. 72 for 4. Dan Mousey is on 41. He's on strike. And it's Josh Cobb who's coming back into the attack from the Birmingham end. 8 overs remaining. Just tucks up Mousey again, but he'll get himself a single with a bit of a short arm jab. And it brings Chris Benjamin onto strike. And it's one of those nights where we need a contribution from him, don't we?
Yeah. And from what I've seen of him in the 100 and the respective T20 tournaments that he's played in, he's a man for the big stage as well. He loves the crowd, he loves to perform. So hopefully tonight he can show us that class that he has.
And he's gone
there
for it
we
straight
go,
away.
first ball, 6 runs, over deep mid-wicket.
Dropped in the crowd.
We'll let them off.
Your excitement for a drop in the crowd.
It's a damp ball. We'll let them off. I mean, that's a great start from Chris Benjamin.
Statement. It's a statement.
Short boundary, sweep for 6 is probably a fairly safe shot at this point, isn't it?
Properly connected with that as well. Lovely, sweet timing of the bat.
79 for 4. Benjamin's off the mark. More, please. Thank you. Cobb once more. Tries to go again, gets the toe end of this one and gets it much straighter. They're just going to be 1 this time. Benjamin's frustrated. I think he's
fancying himself. He's fancying his chances there with the off spinner, bowling it into him. Even though he's bowling it around the wicket, he backs himself to really fetch it from outside off stump and deposit it into that short leg side boundary.
Cobb again. To Mousey this time.
Swept, picked up behind backward square there by Rob Jones. Great start to the over.
81 for 4. It is a really good start. Mousey on to 43. Benjamin on 7, of course. So 9 off the first 4 balls. Again, one more boundary in this over and it will be a successful over for the Bears. Benjamin into the offside just for 1. Ethan Brooks does the fielding. I mean, they were energised for a minute there, Worcester, weren't they, by that wicket of Marine Ali? But again,
that 6 from Benjamin just seemed to just push them back a bit.
I'm guessing when you've played them on.
That's been well placed actually, allow them to comfortably get back for 2. Good shot by Anderson. Doesn't need to do much more than that, just hit a few 2s. 44 without loss, comfortably ahead of the run rate. Drives down the ground. That'll be cut off by Marnus Labuschagne. Certainly that's his position here. Mid-on is where Marnus Labuschagne, if he's not bowling, is always fielding. He's taken one absolute screamer of a catch this season, and quite a few other slightly more straightforward ones, but that's the one we all remember. Superman-like, with one hand, collected it just about an inch above the ground. Reverse sweep. Oh! It's been dropped. Difficult chance. Just dropped at point there. Will Smale. It was a good effort actually. Hard catch, but you think if Glamorgan are going to win, they've got to stick tonight. But saved a certain boundary. If you look on the positive side of things, more work for Labuschagne.
Tale of 2 halves, isn't it? It's the catches that Middlesex fielders took, certainly the first 2 for 3 wickets. Really good catches.
Don't know if they were quite as hard as that one. Or different. He didn't have long to look at it either, did he? And had to jump high in the air. Still. Sweeps. Now that one is in the air. Good piece of work down there. Brilliant piece of work on the boundary by Dan Douthwaite. Stop what looked like a certain 4. And again, 7 from the over, I think. So no boundaries. They seem a bit more in control.
Yeah.
They're getting a measure of control
So
back.
that worm is showing that the
And again, 7.